Story of the tenants. The owner has built a vineyard. What does it take to build a vineyard?
It takes a lot of time, Gary, and it's a process and it's hard work to get it done. First of all, you need to get a plot of land. You need to buy it. You need to look at it. You need to cultivate it. You need to clear it.
Right.
Don't forget, in our country, we use a terracing system.
Right, just like when we were talking about the sower, the same kind of terracing?
Same principle.
You could see the vineyard sweeping out on some of these terraces.
You can see the vines, how they're planted also in here in these terraces, the one that we explained about.
Okay. What kind of a rent would the tenants pay the owner?
Well, usually back in these days, between farmers, they know what it's all about, how
Right.
to pay the rent. Usually we put some crops to it, or to
So they would pay part of the harvest to the tenant?
Part of the harvest, it goes to the landowner himself to pay him.
Now, you were saying earlier that it takes years for grapes to really bear well.
Absolutely. If this is a new plot of land and it's a new vineyard, the shoots of the grapevines they're going to put there to be new. So till they grow up, they'll be take them about 4 years till they get you a good fruit.
So what do the tenants pay the owner?
That's a good question.
In the first
though.
3 years.
That's a good question. Probably they'd be actually frustrated. What are we gonna do? Are they gonna send us servants soon? They're gonna be in a hurry. So probably we have plan B and planning some crops in between these vineyards to have these crops to pay their rent.
Yeah. Okay.
Till it comes to the real thing. Let's say in the fifth year, and they get the grapes done, and then they can pay the servants when they come there.
What are the key elements that you have to have in a vineyard?
The key elements, of course, if you look at the store itself, he put the vineyard and he put a hedge around it.
Right. Now, would they also put stone walls like you have here?
Probably can be a stone walls or green growth walls or some fences.
Yeah.
That's the property. It helps up also for the protection. But the other key elements, of course, would be in a vineyard. You'd be having a watchtower.
Like so.
A watchtower for protection.
Protection from...
Mainly thieves. It's a major problem.
They would come in and raid the vineyard.
Absolutely. Or animals like the foxes.
Oh.
The scripture warns us about the little foxes, what they do to the vines. It's King Solomon warning about the little foxes, how they spoil the vines back then. So we need a watchtower for protection.
Okay.
Another key element, of course, we are in it. We are in a wine press.
What?
We're in an authentic wine press dated to the Roman period from Jesus' time.
Right, this cut
We found it
area?
here in Nazareth Village. This is the only remains of a wine press from the Roman time found in Galilee, and we are in the middle of it. You can see how it's dug in the rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's carved in the rock. Mm-hmm. So we're in the upper basin. So in harvest time, when let's say the tenants got their grapes.
Yeah, would the time of the year would that be?
Mainly it would be in the summertime, July and August.
When you harvest?
When we harvest, and it's a big celebration. It's a community event.
Okay.
Communal thing also in a wine press like this.
So women, children...
Everybody gets involved in.
It's
a lot of fun though.
Now explain how this press works.
Well, where we are here right now, you fill the grapes in.
Yeah.
You get in with bare feet,
Yeah.
no sandals, no tennis shoes, of course.
Yeah.
Bare feet, it's part of the fun, by the way.
Okay.
And of course, they do the whole stomping on the grapes up here.
Yeah.
Dancing, clapping the hands, and chanting, a big celebration. And of course, you can see we have a channel in here.
Wait a minute. Now, you said that all of the women and the kids would come and they would barefoot here. And you said this is an authentic wine press from the time of Jesus.
Yes.
And we're in Nazareth. So it could be possible that Jesus and
himself
his friends were doing...
Use this.
Oh, man. Okay, now why would they use their bare feet instead of keep their sandals on?
Well, it's all about flavor, my man. I'm not kidding, by the way. It's for real.
It can't be dirty feet.
No way. Don't forget, you're talking about Jewish village. These guys know what they're doing according to the law.
Okay.
But the bare feet, of course, in here,
so
when
you
you come
wash.
up, it's to be washed. Don't worry, they'll be clean feet.
Okay.
But if you come on the grapes, soft grapes on the bedrock we are in right now, if you come with sandals, you smash the seeds of the grapes.
Yeah.
So if the juice flows from the channel in here, goes to the lower vat, when it's still that juice down there, it gets bitter.
You mean the seeds
flavor.
have a bitterness in them if you crush them?
Exactly, and you get a bitter juice down there.
So if you're barefoot, you don't
crush the seeds of the grapes.
Oh.
It's all about flavor, of course.
Okay. So the pulp and the seeds,
So
everything goes into here.
Lower vat, in the corner of it, where the hallway fan down there.
And then how do you get the juice out?
Juice will be scooped out to their jars, to the containers. They take it to the storage room in their houses. They leave it to ferment for about a year. And then when you get the wine, the real thing, of course, they preserve it in wineskin. That's an animal skin.
Okay, explain why you take the wine and you put it into a wineskin. But Jesus talks about old wineskins and new wineskins. Well, now explain why one is acceptable at a certain time and then it's not at another time.
Of course, the old wineskin will be already used.
Yeah.
Okay, if you get a new wine already fresh and strong percentage there, if it gets it to an old wineskin, it starts to burst. So the wine just spilled out. So it will not fit. So you need a new wineskin for the whole thing. So a new wineskin fits up for the new wine.
So when it ferments, it expands. And once it expands, you can't expand it again.
Yes.
Now, you'd mentioned something when we were talking about water sources and cisterns.
Yeah.
You said that you could actually, and one of the ways to keep the cistern water clean or free from bacteria was that you put wine in the cistern as well.
Absolutely. Most of the farmers, because the water in the cistern doesn't go anywhere, it stays for a longer term. Some farmers, they added a little bit of wine, and some of them used the new wine with a good percentage there. It's so heavy, and it kills the bacteria, it kills the germs, makes the waters clean, and it makes it so pure and drinkable you can drink it.
I keep thinking of the fact that Jesus shed his blood for us, and he uses wine as a representation of his shed blood. And the fact that you said earlier you could take just a little bit of wine and put in a cistern water, and it makes it good to drink. And that just a tiny bit of his blood covers us.
Yeah.
Oh. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Okay.